Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and in this video I wanted to share a few updates regarding my Patreon. So giving you a bit of a preview, a little sneak peek of some things I want to chat about. But first of all, the first thing that I want to mention is that I am going to be running a free creative workshop / hangout for my patrons at every tier. So if you're a patron at any tier, you will get access to this workshop over Zoom, and that will be held next week on Tuesday the 13th of May. So that will be 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in America, that will be Monday night for you. I checked a time converter website and plugged in Eastern Time, Pacific, Mountain, and Central, and it all seemed to be from 6:30 to 9:30. So one of them was 6:30, one was 7:30, one was 8:30, and one was 9:30. But definitely check a time converter website yourself just to be sure. And if you're in a different time zone altogether, just plug in my time zone, which is AEST. That's the abbreviation. Or if that's too complicated, just write Brisbane. I am Brisbane time, and that will let you know what day it is for you and what time. So I'll leave the information down below in the description box. So if you're a patron at any level, you will get access to that. The link is already up on my Patreon for access to that Zoom workshop. So bring a magazine, bring scissors, bring glue, a journal and a pen. I do plan to do a bit of an introductory creative exercise, but we're also just going to hang out, meet each other, get to know each other, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. I've actually been wanting to do a patron workshop since last year, really. It's just taken me this long to work up my courage and get my act together and schedule it in. So we're going to do it next week, and yeah, if that all goes well, I'm looking at adding that regularly to one of the tier levels. And what I'm thinking is adding that to the Emerald tier level, because at the moment the Emerald tier is the only tier that doesn't have a monthly perk. They get my Intentional Life course when they sign up, and obviously they get access to everything at the lower tiers, so all my videos, my journal making series, all of the printables from my Etsy, plus new ones that are just for patrons. But they don't get an extra thing throughout the month the way that all the other tiers do. So the Sapphire tiers get extra videos each month. The Ruby tier, they get extra printables each month. And then the higher tiers get different mail sent to them in the post. So Emeralds, I've always felt a bit like they're the ones left out. They don't get anything else extra. Not that they need anything extra, but I just like the idea that everyone gets something different. So Emeralds, I'm thinking we will do a monthly creative workshop. But yeah, I thought I'd just test it out first next week and just see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And we'll go from there. So the next thing that I want to chat about is not upgrading, but updating the highest tier, which is the Diamond tier. So the Diamond tier currently gets sent either a journal, a happy mail, a paper pack, an ephemera pack, some printables. It just depends on what stock I have available at the time as to what you get sent in the mail. And what I want to do for one of the months, preferably the month that you sign up, going forward, that's what I'll do, is the first thing they'll send you is a copy of my book. A physical copy of my book, Lamp in Dark Places. So if you're already a Diamond patron, I will send that to you in the coming month. But if you become a Diamond patron after this video, then the first month I will send you this book, and then the next month you'll get either the journal, the happy mail, the paper pack, whatever. But yeah, the first month going forward, this is what I will send you. So very excited about that. This is available. It is available for purchase as well, separately, through Blurb if you're overseas, or through my Etsy if you're in Australia. I mean, if you're overseas, you can also purchase it through my Etsy, but it's probably more affordable for you to get from Blurb, because through Blurb it's print on demand, and they can ship it with much cheaper shipping costs than what it would probably be for me sending from Australia through my Etsy. But yeah, again, all the information will be down below about everything that I cover here. I was also thinking for one of the tiers, I'm not sure if I've already done this, but you'd get a copy of my ebook of The Art of Mental Health. So I'm still, I don't know, just throwing out ideas here and, you know, working through them all in this video. So the other thing is, yeah, here's a little sneak peek of the kit for the Ruby patrons for the last couple of months. So it's a ginormous kit. It is like so many pages, and this took a lot of time to get together, but it is finally done. And not only do you get this version of the kit with double pages, but you also get the single page version, and you can print them out double-sided as well. So just giving you a little peek at this. Love the cover, and you can see this journal I'm actually creating to make like the book. So I've got the front cover here, the back cover there, and I've got the plant figures here, and what's this one say, souvenirs there, and then throughout I've got the title page here, 1884. I just love that. And then you can see the pages that I printed out double-sided, like that. So that is kind of a little sneak peek at what it looks like when it turns into a journal. And I will do a proper, you know, page by page look at this kit in a separate video. It just is going to probably take a little while to get through that, but yeah, I'll definitely film that for you to enjoy each of those pages. So that is the latest kit available for my beautiful Ruby patrons. Now the final thing that I want to share about, well, not even Patreon, this is a little bit separate, but about new things that I'm trying, stepping into new things, working up my courage, getting out of my comfort zone. I am going to try writing workshops. So I have been running creative workshops now for a while, and I'm absolutely loving them. They're my favorite thing, where I get to actually, you know, see you and interact with you in real time through Zoom. It's so lovely. And I now run workshops regularly, multiple workshops every single month, and they're sort of like my highlight of the week. I get so much out of them. Even though I'm running them, I also, you know, get so much out of them through the things that people share, and through the exercises that we do together, and the journaling prompts, and the reflection, and the stories that we tell together. It's just a beautiful space, and so heart enriching and soul nurturing. So because it's just, you know, added so much to my life, I really want to do more and more workshops. If I had a full-time schedule of just running workshops, I would love doing that. Now, my heart as well is for writing. So as much as I love creativity and making journals, I've talked about this a bit before on my channel, I consider myself first and foremost a writer. My greatest dream is to be, you know, an author, to publish books. And this was one of my first books that I published. This is my second book that I published, and I've also written 3 other books. So I'm in the works of writing my next books as well. You know, I've got like 20 book ideas, and I continuously take notes for each of them. So yeah, definitely looking at making the sequel to Lamp in Dark Places. I've already got the title and the chapters, and I've got a couple other books that are in the works as well. I've got a poetry book coming up as well. Anyway, lots of things in the works. So what I thought is I would love to add writing workshops for anyone who would like to write a book, because I've been hearing plenty of times over the years from people, not just, you know, on my YouTube channel, but in my actual life. So many people I hear from say, yeah, I would love to write a book. It's on my bucket list. you've always wanted to write one, and some of you say, it's not necessarily to be an author or to be published. It's more just that you want to get your story recorded, or for passing on to your loved ones, to your children and to your grandchildren, that kind of thing, which I totally love that. So I'm a memoir writer, I'm a life writer. If you're interested in writing anything to do with, life writing, memoirs, biography, sharing your stories, whether it's your whole life story or just like a snippet of time, I want to help you. I want to help your books come out of you. And I have a background in writing. I've got a Master of Writing and Literature. I also studied creative writing at Bible College. So, I've got the, theory behind me, but I also have the practical as well. Like, I've done it myself. I've walked through the process of taking an idea, workshopping it, doing the actual writing, and taking the steps through to publication. So I can kind of, incorporate all of this into a workshop is what I'm thinking. All the knowledge that I learned from the courses that I've taken, plus all the practical steps that I can help walk people through as well. And I'm not sure what you guys would want, whether you just want, the knowledge about how to write a book and how to, turn people into characters and how to structure a book and talk about narrative arc and what you need in a book, character change, how different ways we can do that. We can talk about kind of that technical writing side of things, using the 5 senses, using detail, using imagery, and showing, not telling. We can talk about all of that kind of stuff, and we can also talk about like inspiration, keeping a writer's notebook. I love talking about that stuff. Or we could get more practical. I'm not sure exactly what you might want to hear from me, but I'm just here wanting to share everything I know with you, whoever might want this information, if it might help you. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how these workshops will look yet, but if you're interested at all in these write a book workshops, or I don't know, writing workshops, I'm not sure what I'll call it yet, but if you're interested at all, please leave a comment or email me and let me know, so I can just gather some interest, and I can email you when I know I will be running it. I definitely know I will be running it. I just don't know when, and not quite sure yet about the format. And I will trial it first. So the first trial, maybe I'll do a few sessions of just trialing it first, which I'll have at a reduced price, $10 for that. Once I get more, in the groove and I have a polished workshop, then obviously it will be, and the workshop fee will be a little bit more, but to start, I just thought $10 for a trial session first, where I'll just throw out all of my knowledge that I have and experience, or you just come at me with your questions. So write down every question you have about writing a book, how to get started, how to publish, whatever questions you have, I will answer everything in that workshop. But I also share maybe even some journaling prompts. I've got a list of journaling prompts that we can do to help you really look at, like, what is the story you want to tell? Why do you want to tell it? Who are you telling it for? We can look at those kind of questions to really hone in on your ideas, taking it from idea to reality. We really need to look at your purpose for creating this book, and that will shape how you write it, how you structure it, that kind of thing. So we can look at all of that kind of stuff. That's maybe getting a bit more technical, but we need technique when we write a book as well. And then if that goes well, if people are wanting even more direction, maybe we could do one-on-one sessions if you want, really specific advice tailored to your project. And to workshop your project. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that, but that's an option. Just throwing it out there, just throwing out ideas in this video pretty much, and open to hearing, your feedback and hearing about what you would like to see and what would be helpful for you, and any questions that you have, let me know. Like if you're considering, you know, writing your own book or wanting to write your own book, let me know already. Like email me and just bombard me with your questions. Because I've already had people throughout the years ask me on my channel, you know, like, how do I even get started? Which idea do I choose first? I've got some good advice with that one, which I've just taken recently for me with that. Because yeah, like I said, I've got 20 ideas. It's like, which one do I do? I don't know. And then that paralyzes you because you don't do any of them. Anyway, and questions around like, how do you publish? How do you format and edit? How do you get a cover designed? You know, do you need an ISBN? Do you need an author photo? What do you write for your bio? What do you do for a blurb? You know, how do you get endorsements? All these things. We can look at all these things, and whatever you want to know, yeah, write down your questions and feel free to send them to me already right now. And so I can also even be more prepared in advance for the workshop. So yeah, I've already had a bit of a chat to some people who are interested in this workshop already. So I know I will run it, but just throwing this idea out there. And this isn't just for patrons, this is for anyone, this type of workshop. And if it goes well, this is another type of workshop that I'd love to run regularly, and really maybe develop into, I don't know, maybe its own course or curriculum. But I really love that question answer vibe as well, where we can really get specific into, you know, what is your idea? What is your project? Why do you want to do it? And yeah, I don't know, if you have any thoughts around that, any feedback around the Write Your Book workshop, or if you have feedback on what title I should call it, if it's Writing Workshop or Write Your Own Book Workshop or something like that, that's just my heart, because yeah, I love writing. Before I even got into making journals and discovering junk journals, my heart was to write books and teach writing courses. Not all of my courses that I've done are amazing. I love the courses that I've put out. They've all been journaling courses, you know, they've all been in creative journaling courses. I haven't yet done a writing course. And way back before I even discovered junk journals, I had already started working on a writing course, structuring it, looking at writing supplies, looking at the writer's notebook, looking at the writer's mindset, and all these different things. So that's kind of been my heart, and I'm kind of going on this, I don't know, a bit of a journey where I'm going back to my roots, going back to my heart. You know, I'm doing the Creative Soul journal course this year, and yeah, that's all about really getting in touch with your soul and what actually makes your soul come alive. And then once we reflect on that and know that, then we can put it into action. So I'm just feeling much more, I don't know, I'm getting more in connection with myself and like what actually gives me joy, what really makes me get really excited and inspired. And you know, for me, it's always been writing. I'm super excited to work on my next book and to publish some of the ones that I've already written that I haven't published yet. And with that, I want to share my knowledge and my experience with anyone out there who would like to write a book. Like, that would be a dream of mine. I would love to help other people's dreams come true. My dream has been to publish books. If I can help someone else, if that's your dream too, I want to help your dream come true. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. There's a lot we covered in this video, but hope that was a fun video. And yeah, just check the description box below for all the info, and I will see you when I see you next. Bye guys. A big special thank you to my beautiful patrons who are supporting me in May. I could not do this without you, so thank you so much for believing in what I do and for all your amazing support and encouragement and kindness. I so appreciate it. If you'd like to become a patron, that's where you get access to all my extra videos, behind the scenes looks, videos of my face where I chat to you, and the journal making series from start to finish each month. If you're a Ruby patron or higher, you also get access to every digital kit in my Etsy and new ones each month. And some of the higher tiers, you get mail sent to you, perhaps a journal or a mystery pack or a paper pack or ephemera pack or a printable pack. So if any of that interests you, feel free to check out my Patreon. The link is down below. If you'd like to become a member as well, a YouTube member, you can do that for $1 a month, and that just supports my channel.